The best of Money Matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive deep into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hongbin Jeong. Back in our university days, most of us would have probably spent a lot of time glued to our computer screens, dealing with assignments and projects. These days, Gen Z students are managing multiple tools and subscriptions just to streamline their studies. And this digital overload isn't helping. It's leaving them drained, financially strained, and pressed for time. 2 years ago, one student decided to do something about this problem. He dropped out of school to pursue his startup, Intellecs.ai, a tool that helps Gen Zs get productive. Intellecs.ai is an all-in-one AI-powered workspace aimed at helping students summarize notes and search the web. Joining me today to share more is Neil Ruaro, who is the founder and CEO of Intellecs.ai. Neil, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Neil, a year ago, you dropped out of school to pursue your startup, Intellecs.ai, which combines the best of Notion and ChatGPT to build a tool that helps Gen Zs get productive. What was your inspiration behind founding Intellecs.ai? Was there a personal experience or insight that drove you to merge the capabilities of Notion and ChatGPT into a single productivity tool for Gen Zs?
Yes, I started going to university. I was actually already working a full-time software engineering job. For context, I enrolled in computer science, but I was also taking a bunch of subjects not related to computer science. And I found that I had much more fun doing computer science related work, programming stuff. So I kind of wish for an app that can help me go through these non-computer science related subjects much faster. From there on out, that's when I got the idea for Intellect, and that's when I started building it.
I see. Well, how old were you when you decided to have this idea?
I recently turned 18 when I started building Intellect, and I just turned 20 last year.
Oh my goodness. Starting a business at 18, having a business idea at 18, that is very inspirational and amazing. Did you get a lot of, people who were kind of doubting whether or not you can build your own startup at that age?
In a way, yeah. I started this in the Philippines. I had a lot of doubters here since the ecosystem is not that developed yet.
Yeah.
So I had to move to Singapore when I was 19, and that's how I managed to raise my first funding round for Intellects. But so far, everything has been going really well with the support that I've gotten. So yeah.
Amazing. I want to ask you, what motivated you to focus on just Gen Zs as the target audience for Intellects.ai, and how do you think the needs of this generation kind of differ from previous generations?
Yeah, I guess something that I've always noticed, something universal with different generations is that everyone wants to be more productive. But the problem with Gen Z is that they're too easily distracted nowadays, especially with social media consumption. So that's why I really want to focus on Intellect, especially since we're also facing a rapid rise and usage in AI productivity tools. And I believe that's one thing that can really help Gen Z people not only become more productive with their school, but also learn a lot more things, especially since once they enter the workforce, they're going to be expected to use a lot of AI as well.
I see. Well, when you look at the landscape of productivity tools, what specific challenges do you notice that Gen Z users face when it comes to, productivity?
Yeah, so I guess number one is that procrastination is a big issue in Gen Z. It takes a long while for them to actually start doing things. But when they actually do start doing trying to be productive, they then need to wrestle with a bunch of different tools where they also pretend to be productive by customizing it a lot. So there's a lot of time wasted from thinking you're actually doing it to actually doing it. So that's one of the specific challenges that I'm trying to fix with Intellects and the AI.
I see. Well, Intellecs.ai combines the best elements of both Notion and ChatGPT. The freemium tool helps students compose words, summarize notes, and search the web. What are the specific features of Notion and ChatGPT that you decided to merge? And how does each tool complement the other within the framework of your platform?
Yeah, so Intellect is basically a combination of those two tools. A lot of people are using AI chat interfaces these days, and that's one thing that I've added onto the platform. As for note taking, I made it very, very minimalistic, not too much customization, but still has the best elements that Notion introduced, such as drag and drop editing. But aside from that, the future plan for Intellect is to basically build it as an all-in-one platform where a bunch of products that students usually use when it comes to their end-to-end learning experience, such as flashcard, note taking, tracking their pomodoros, those kind of things will be integrated into one platform as opposed to what they're usually doing now, where they tend to combine a bunch of different tools altogether.
I see. Well, could you walk us through the user experience of Intellecs.ai from the moment they first sign up to when they are actively using the platform? What is the process like?
Yeah, so when users first sign up, they instantly see everything that Intellex can offer. That is our note-taking feature, that is our AI chat interface, and also a way for them to create flashcards onto the platform. And it's designed in a way that they don't really have to navigate between too many pages. It's all there in just that like one singular interface.
That's amazing.
So like that's one of the main things that we've done when it comes to designing Intellect. We wanted it to be as seemingly easy as possible for them to just get started using it.
Oh, wow. I wish Intellecs.ai existed when I was back in school, Neil. Well, Neil, one of the key features of modern productivity tools is customization. How flexible is Intellecs.ai in terms of customization for users?
Yeah, so one of the things that I've noticed among Gen Z is that customization is sometimes counterproductive. So maybe like for someone using Notion, they tend to take a lot of time to customize it, but then they actually, once they do get that customization, they tend to like not really do much with it, or it gets too complicated.
Right.
So one of the things that I've gone for Intellect is to keep it as super minimalistic as possible. They can still customize some stuff here and there, but it's not to the extent where it's like Notion, for example. So it's very minimalistic, just so that they can get started doing stuff immediately once they're on the platform.
I see. Well, the market is saturated with numerous project management solutions with options like Notion, Trello, and others. What makes Intellecs.ai stand out from these established platforms, do you think? What do you believe is lacking in existing productivity tools, and how does your product fill that gap?
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm really tackling and really passionate about is that everything is fragmented when it comes to productivity tools, especially for student needs. There's always a separate app for note-taking. There's always a separate app for creating flashcards. There's a separate app for managing your study timers, for example. And that is and like context switching is a big focus killer, and it's also a big productivity killer. So that's one of the things that we're doing here at Intellect, where we're providing everything that a student will want to use into one platform. So essentially, we're combining a bunch of different products into one. Right now, we've basically combined the best of Notion and ChatGPT, but we're also gearing up for a release where we combine flashcard features and also productivity features such as Pomodoros and also calendar syncing as well onto the platform.
I see. Well, what is the revenue model for Intellecs.ai then, and how does it balance accessibility for users with the need for business sustainability?
Yeah, so right now, Intellex is a subscription model. Primarily, we only have one payment price, but we also have a very generous free tier as well.
I see. Well, as AI becomes more integrated into daily life, what do you see as the future of AI-powered productivity tools, Neil?
So I'm pretty excited about what's going to happen, especially with the recent developments going on. But one of the things that I see seeing more and more integrated is that students would very much want to use AI to be more productive, to get their school stuff done easier, but it also gives them a way to maybe explore other things that are not related to school. So that's one of the things that I'm super excited to see since AI is very becoming integrated into their daily life now.
I see. Well, on that note, how do you plan to scale Intellecs.ai and grow the user base, particularly in a crowded market for productivity tools?
Yeah, so the number one thing that I'm going for Intellect is that the product must be so good that like other students will want to invite their friends to use the product as well. Another thing that we're also looking to do this year is also like start partnering up with not just educational centers but also like shooter centers, for example, just to like scale Intellect's user base and like get the awareness going.
I see. And before we let you go here, Neil, what exciting features or updates do you have in the pipeline for the future release of Intellecs.ai in 2025 and beyond?
Yeah, so right now the current version of Intellect is basically a combination of ChatGPT and Notion. We're gearing up for a release next week where we introduce flashcards onto the platform, and then next month we're also introducing calendar sync, a way for students to get their to-dos in order and sync that with their school calendar. And then we have much more planned up in the coming months as well. So I'm super excited to get working on that and hopefully present it to these users.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Neil, for sharing and coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This has been really fun.
Thank you. That was Neil Ruaro, who is the founder and CEO of Intellecs.ai. This has been The Right Business with me, Hongbin Jeong.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.